Hello students, I hope you guys are doing okay. Now let us solve this problem. In this question, there is a light rod that is pivoted at one of its end, and there is a bead that can slide over this rod without any friction, which is initially kept at the center of this rod. Now this rod is being released, and after this rod has rotated by angle 30 degree, you have to determine what is the angular velocity of this rod is going to be, right? So give this question a try. If you haven't given this question a try, this is a very interesting question in terms of just application of one very beautiful concept. Whenever we say a body is any body is a massless body, right? So here the light word actually means refers to that it is a massless body. For our practical consideration, it is going to be treated as massless body. And if there is a massless body, the concept here is that if we apply Newton's law, we can say the net external force is going to be equal to 0. Why? Because this is going to be equal to mass time acceleration. So whether its center of mass has any acceleration or not, if the mass is 0, the net force is going to be 0. Similarly, we can take torque about its axis of rotation or center of rotation, and applying the tau equal to I alpha. Since mass is 0, of course the moment of inertia is going to be 0. So the net torque about any given point for such massless bodies is also going to be 0, and that is quite useful in this question, because that is going to be very give us very simple and very straightforward result for the motion of this bead, right? So if I take torque about this point of suspension, let's say some amount of reaction force is acting on the rod because of this bead, right? And if there is some reaction force, of course it will have some torque, right? So let's say this is my rod here, and this is my hinge point O, and let's say some reaction force R is acting at this point, and the distance, perpendicular distance, is x. Of course the torque is going to be x times R. And now we know that since this body is a massless body, the net torque has to be 0. Of course x cannot be 0, so R should be 0, right? So there is no reaction force actually acting on this body, which actually gives us the result very beautifully, that this bead also is experiencing no force from the, or no contact force from this bead, from this rod. That means it is only experiencing the gravitational force, and since it is only experiencing gravitational force, it will perform simple, very usual straight line motion under the action of gravity with acceleration equal to g, right? So the path of the, or the motion of this bead is simplified. Now let's solve this problem. Now this problem has become very solvable and very easy. So what is left? Let's say after angle of theta, right? So let's say this rod has rotated by angle theta, and this bead has reached at this position, right? And its velocity has become y. The vertical displacement of this bead is y. Now we can just apply the third equation of motion for uniformly accelerated motion, and we will say here I meant to write actually velocity v, right? So the velocity v of this bead at this moment is going to be equal to root 2 gy, right? And in this triangle, in this right angle triangle, we can write the value of y as this distance is already given, L by 2, if the length of the rod is L. So this is going to be L by 2 tan theta, right? So we know the value of v. If we plug in the values here, that is going to be root gl tan theta. One part that is left here, that how do we relate the velocity of the bead with the velocity of this rod, right? So as they are not applying any force on each other, yet there is a constraint motion, and the constraint is that this bead has to move on the along this direction of this rod, right? So if two bodies are always touching each other, whether they apply some force or not, if they are touching each other, their velocity must be same in the common normal, right? So we can make a normal at this point of contact. We can make a normal at this point of contact, right? So let's make this normal here. Let's say this is the normal we are talking about, normal direction to the rod, right? And along this common normal, the velocities of both velocity of the bead as well as the velocity of this exact point on the rod must be same, right? And since this rod is actually performing the pure rotational motion about point O, this point will be having exactly velocity that is going to be equal to omega times this distance, right? And this distance is going to be hypotenuse of this right angle triangle, which can be written as let's say r, right? So this is actually omega r, and r will be actually equal to L by 2 sec theta, right? So we can equate these two velocities. This angle is theta, so of course this angle is 90 minus theta, and this angle is theta also. This angle is theta. So the component of the bead's velocity along this common normal is going to be v cos theta, right? And this v cos theta will be equal to omega times r. And if we just plug the value of r, this will become omega L by 2 sec theta, right? So from here we get the value of omega as 2v by L cos square theta, right? Let's just plug the value of v here, that is root gl tan theta divided by L, that will become 2 root g by L tan theta under root into cos square theta, right? And if you just put the value of L as 5, which is basically half of the value of G, so this will become 2 into 1 by root 3 into basically this will become 3 by 4. Now we'll cancel it with 2, so 3 by 2. Now it will become 3 under root of uh, 2 will go under this and it will become basically 1 by 2 root 3 radian per second. So that is going to be our answer for this question.